Video is a guide to the sprint 5 of our capstone project. So let me just list the sprint goals for the following sprint. Um, a manager must be able to manage tags, that is, create tags with custom name and color, and then he can also delete tags. Also, a manager must be able to assign tags to different threads of feedback messages. And a manager must also be able to filter his employee feedback messages by tags and a text-based search. The first user story is 105. As a manager, I shall be able to delete tags so that he can remove tags that are no longer required. So the first task was the add delete tag icon beside each tag. So let me just go to the UI and open the manage tags dialog. So these buttons were added as part of the task. Next task was mutate API for delete tag on the backend. This was a backend task which deletes a tag and updates all threads that uses that tag. Um, and the next user story 8 is, as a manager, I shall be able to filter my employee feedback messages through tags so that I can follow up on my message. So yeah, so for the first task was to add a filter by tag options in the feedback portal. So let me go to the UI. So this option was added as part of the task, and it populates with all the tags that exists. And then task 109, implement filter by tags, is the integration part of this, and then filtering threads based on these tags were done as part of this task. So as you can see, it filters based on different tags. And then the third task was writing a muted API for create tag. So this was on the backend Java side, where a GraphQL API was created to create tag and persist information into the database. So the next user story 9, as a manager, I shall be able to add tags to my employee feedback messages so that I can visit the messages later on to follow up. For this user story, uh, the first task was to add the tag panel to the feedback page in the message view. So this is the tag panel, and then this is the tag panel, and when the tag panel is created, it shows up the list of tags, and you can basically search through all the tags. um, and then the next one is create manage tags model. So when I click on the tag panel, it pops up a popper, and it has a manage tags button. When the button is clicked, a model is clicked, a model is opened, which lists all the tags and then gives you the option to create a new tag as well. So 117 was the task that dealt with uh, the functionality, and then 110, create add tag button in the tag panel. um, so this button, so let's say I want to add a new tag to this thread. So I'll just select the tag and click on add tag, and you can see the tag was added to the thread. So this was 110. mm, and then 124, open manage tags model by clicking on add tag button. um, yeah, all these tasks, they deal with the functionality. And then 120 task, make the thread view and message discussion pane scrollable. So this task dealt with having the message view and the thread view independently scrollable so that the user can navigate through the threads and messages as and when he likes. Then Task 119 is to add a state management library for React and integrate with the GraphQL APIs. So in this task, a library called Easy Peasy, which is built on top of Redux, was added to have the global state to store the global state on the front end, which will act as a source of truth for all the views. Um, then task 114 is query API for fetching all the tags in the message list for the logged in user. So this was a backend task wherein all the tags in the database are fetched and displayed on the UI. And task 115, implement manage tags functionality, um, deals with all the backend logic that included creating new tags and creating all tags, and then having the pagination in place. So all this was part of task 115. User story 3. As an employee, I shall be able to search through all the sent feedback messages so that I look for a specific feedback message. So task 112, add search box in the feedback portal. So this is the search box that was added as part of this task. Then the next task 113, implement search functionality, basically searches through all the messages and lists all the threads that contains a keyword. Then 125 task adds debouncing to search through threads. So this basically waits for the user to type a word and then it fires the API. So as not to overload the search API. So now going to the burn down chart, it looks like this.